See, make sure that's working. Yep, that's working. That's working. Cool. Mm. Okay, that works. All right. Jesus. Oh, I didn't set a dang goal. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Get this started. Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. Sure, Raiden. Yes, Araxis, I am finally over the cold, and my son seems to have caught it. So, he was not patient zero, which means that I say as I get a frog in my throat. So I have to watch out for that. Always getting sick during Christmas. Thank you, Mama Saurus. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. This is the last time you'll see me this week, so let's make the most of it. Merry Christ Mass. You don't read about Christ, so yeah, no, always. Good morning, Justin. Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas. Hello, hello. Yay! We're being raided. Nice Christmas Eve raid. You were ejected with no notice? You're supposed to get a 30 days notice, Chicky. Um, Welcome in, guys. Good morning. Thank you, Raiders, for coming in as you were dejected.
I asked them what was the first word to our preamble.
Oh no. Not you pulling the MAGA kick on them.
Yep.
Did they answer? Or did they just
Yeah,
kind
they said we.
of Well, you guys knew the drill then. That's what happens. They really need to organize these by lowest to highest in gift ranking. It's really frustrating. Good morning, Alex. TTS didn't want to read that. I guess I don't know why. I have it on. I swear I checked this time. All right, guys. Well, welcome in. I don't expect us to get large numbers today, but I was a little burnt out yesterday and this week. Just kind of, I'm not going to stop. Like when we come back after the holidays, we're going to keep talking about E. I really don't know that there's much else to talk about. And even today, if we get MAGA or Republicans who want to come up and talk about the Epstein files or want to talk about immigration or the economy or whatever, we can have those discussions. I'm not against that. But I was just a little bit burnt out. So, handshake, you don't know what I was accusing him of. That's part of the reason we listen. We listen. But I was a little burnout. And so I was trying to find, again, we've had these discussions ad nauseum, but it's not about opt-opting. It's not about, accepting them with grace, but there is an element of humanity to all of us. Not, some of them don't. We know that. But most people, I think that they believe they are good people. And I think we have to find a way. We have to find a way to get out of Trump. I think we even ourselves can fall privy to wanting to own them and wanting to get them. And I think that we need to be better than them. I think we just do. Not that I'm saying that every time we get at them or yell at them or own them is bad. I think that there are moments with shitty people that absolutely are fine. I'll try disconnecting.
We
Robert,
will the people.
I am feeling Christmassy.
Oh, it worked now. Oh,
That was wild.
weird.
That was like word vomit. Hello.
But yeah, I think there are ways to move forward. I have a couple videos on this. They're kind of long, so we will get into them at some point. I mean, not long. Like one of them is like almost 7 minutes, but it's brilliant. I think it's just having that conversation. Just, I don't know, finding the humanity in people and hoping they find the humanity in us. It's Christmas Eve. Maybe I'm feeling sappy.
Maybe.
We the people celebrate a merry crisis.
Merry
That's
crisis.
accurate,
Yeah.
Kayla. Yeah.
Yeah, Merry Crisis.
Hi, Monster. So you guys, welcome in. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas Eve if you celebrate. I appreciate you guys being here. This is the last time you will see me this week. I will not be streaming tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to spend time with my family, obviously, and just into a nice little weekend break. I do have my 100 goal, as I always do every single day, guys. We're still using that as supplemental income for my husband. His check really should be in today. Like, he put it in the bank. It was in there. They just said like something about the 3 days because it's a new business. I don't fucking know. I just know we don't have money. So anything that you guys can give is absolutely appreciated. I always just appreciate you guys being here. If you can't do that, just tap the screen, share the live out while we have conversations. Let me reset this. They need to organize this. I can't do this anymore.
I get that.
Like, why is it not organized by lowest to highest? They just
It does it
throw
on the mobile.
shit. Yeah. They just throw shit in. It drives me crazy. All right.
Leah
let me
said
see
check
if I
Blue app.
oh. Oh gosh, I'm slow and I can't. Oh my God. Guys, I need the biggest of W's to Leah. Like big W's. Leah said, Merry Christmas. I hope this helps you and your family and that you and your entire family, all of your friends have a fantastic holiday and can enjoy the fruits of life. I'd figured I'd knock out your goal for the day. Big
Aw.
W's. Leah just hit my goal. Thank
W
you
Leah.
so much, Leah. Let me update that. We're going to put a W Leah in here. That goes there. Why are you way over there, though? Come over here so people can see you. Oh, I did not add my window capture. Duh. Which one?
Why aren't you fixing your window, goddammit?
I don't know. Okay, let's see. Did I fix it? Did I fix it? Yeah, I did. I didn't crop it though, which I usually do all this stuff before I get on now. I'm trying to be better. That's not what I wanted you to do.
News today.
That's just
Do you not use my account?
no, because you never sent me the code.
Oh. Well, shit.
Because you guys were busy doing moving stuff that day, so I wasn't worried about it.
I'll send you the stuff and then we'll get that situated.
It was like you gave me the login, but then it does like a security code. And I was like, you just never sent it. But you guys were literally out driving, so I wasn't like.
Well, we'll fix that before the new year.
Before the new year. At some point.
No, we'll do it before we come back.
I'm not worried about it. I just do my old-fashioned way and use Google.
News today.
Leave me alone. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to.
I'm like, what the fuck is that noise?
It's the
Dead
video,
blame
but I
Olive.
don't know why it started playing like that.
Yeah,
Hashtag
everyone blame
blame
me. I'm always the problem. I know. It's okay, guys.
So, I don't know if you guys know who Andrea Gibson was. She was a wonderful poet who passed away after fighting cancer. It makes me sad to think about it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant human. So, there is a video that she has of a poem she wrote that is called MAGA Hat in the Chemo Room. Now, like I said, it's about, I hope this doesn't fuck me up on the tubes and Twitch because I know copyrights and whatever, but it's about 7 minutes long. Yes, she was also an activist. You're absolutely correct. Oh, that's cute, Hector.
Thanks,
7
Hector.
stars. So we're going to listen to this. And I just want us to take it in and then we can discuss how we feel about it. I think she displays a lot of my feelings about not wanting to be that person who's in the middle because I'm not sitting at a table with Nazis, but also I'm a human and I don't know quite what to do with that. So we're gonna do that. Why are you're not supposed to crop her face. Okay, there we go. Jesus.
There is a man wearing a MAGA hat in the chemo room. I can't get a good look at him because my body is plugged into a bunch of beeping machines, but my partner just tore the headphones out of my ears and said, "There is a man wearing a MAGA hat in here." I misplaced a medical marijuana edible around 3 a.m. last night, and I couldn't find it till I woke up this morning, chugged the glass of water beside my bed, and the water tasted weird. So I'm relaxed in public for the first time in my entire life. My thoughts are snuggled between stacks of jelly donut pancakes. I am right now pouring syrup over my frontal lobe, which is to say I am chill today. Chill and terribly, terribly, terribly disturbed. Who wears a Trump hat to chemotherapy? Why didn't this guy get the memo I got? The one that said don't wear political attire to chemo? Who sent me that memo? I sent it to myself. Why'd I do that? I have no idea. Every article of clothing I own rocks a political slogan. March for our lives, rest in peace, patriarchy, queerdo. My own sister makes hats with the E crossed out of the word hate to spell simply hat. And I'm not even wearing that. Like, don't hate people is suddenly too edgy of a statement for me to make. Have I become a coward? Did my radical hysterectomy make me less radical? Has facing my own mortality robbed me of my politics? Please tell me I'm not becoming one of those can't we all just get along people? The ones I absolutely blame for the fact that no one can get along. I see a Trump hat and think, when that person dies, he's not going to be a ghost, he's going to be a white sheet. I see a Trump hat and think, when I die, dude's going to show up to my funeral waving a God hates queers sign at my family's tears. That is, if he knows I'm queer. I guess there's a chance he thinks I'm straight, that I'm bald now, but in a healthier year, I'm rocking a blonde bob with face-framing highlights, that I'm a mascara model who's only temporarily used up my wishes, that I'm wearing this blush to sun-kiss my already peachy cheeks, and not because my red blood cells have been devoured by radioactive vampires and I look dead without it. Who wears a Trump hat to chemotherapy? Is Trump even allowed to tweet? Pigeons have more permission to lead the country. In the chair closest to mine, there is another man who isn't wearing a Trump hat, but who I guess is a Trump voter because he just mentioned to the nurse that he has a few Mercedes. I know there are Democrats who have a few Mercedes. I just guess they mention it less in rooms full of people fighting for their lives. The first rule of being a rich liberal, act like you don't have money. Be so down to earth, you're actually dirty. No one can pull that look off except Bernie. Everyone can see Bernie is genuinely into conserving water. Me too. This hairdo is an environmental decision, a sacrifice I made for Mother Earth because something to know about me. I am convicted in my convictions. I believe in my beliefs. I have very strong opinions about my very strong opinions, so strong that if you say I can't take my politics to the afterlife with me, I'll say, well, that's not true, because my politics aren't my politics. My politics are my soul, and I'm not going anywhere without my soul, and that guy's politics aren't his soul. I don't think souls have machine gun collections. That guy's politics are more like his inside. incisors or his hangnails or his spit. I want to say, you can't take your spit to the afterlife with you, not even to hell. But he doesn't think he's going to hell. He thinks I am. He doesn't know I'm going to show up to heaven just to see Jesus standing outside the pearly gates with a sign that says gays not welcome, and God and the clouds above him laughing like an ethereal sixth grader saying, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. Look, we made the pearly gates rainbow for you. Look, we made chips and hummus. Oh my God. How'd you know the queers love chips and hummus? Because I'm God. Oh my God. Is it true you're letting all the non-binary people in first? Yes. Oh my God. That's why you call it the Holy Trinity and not the Holy Binary, isn't it? Here's what's true. Here's what's true. I don't wear political attire to chemo because I desperately want this room to be a country where no one looks at me and identifies me as their enemy. I want to feel what I rarely feel outside of here, that everyone is rooting for me to survive, even MAGA hat guy. I want him to want me to live so long I could walk over right now, tell him I had to have my ovaries removed, and he'd be so kind. He'd say, Andrea, you can absolutely have one of mine. Just here, have it. There is a land that free somewhere. We just think believing in it is a child's prayer, something you only let yourself want when you don't yet know this world. But if that land can't exist in this room where everyone's being told they could die soon, how will it ever happen out there when everyone thinks they have so much time to kill, to slaughter? Mercedes guy has a daughter who loves him. I can see it in his eyes. And MAGA hat man has an angst inside him I recognize from all the times I had a pain so deep I thought peace was shallow and blame was the only way to dig it out. That kind of digging, it hurts like hell. It's the opposite of living, hoarding ideas that are so wrong they chase the soul out of the body that believes them. When you're there, you think you know everything and you can't be convinced you don't. Something I don't know right now. I don't know. I'm going to keep coming here week after week after week. I'm going to keep seeing these guys week after week after week, and then one week I won't. Their chairs will be empty, and I'll have no words for the feelings inside me. I'll only have tears that I will struggle and struggle to explain to anyone outside of this place, because everything in my politics knows the middle ground is where this earth will go to die. But when anyone in this room leaves this world, part of me does too. I feel it in every cell of me now that I am not a me. I am one eyelash on the eye of humanity, holding on for dear, dear life, trying to get the eyelashes beside me to look in the right direction before we are all wiped off the face of this planet that desperately wants us to live of natural causes, like kindness, like caring, like knowing these bodies are clothes we are all growing out of so quickly, until one day we will be only souls who can see we always wanted the exact same wish to come true. I know we will know that when we leave this world. The planet is just so desperate for us to know it now too.
I miss them so much. It's crazy. Why didn't you go? Oh, that's not the right. Oh, why do I have two? How did I do that?
Why are you opening extra windows?
I didn't even know how I did that. Like, wait, how the heck did that happen?
Right.
There were definitely people in the chat not listening. That's fine. That's what you're not understanding. That's the whole point, is that we're humans. I know there are some of you who would be like that, but most of us, if we walked into a room of people dying, we wouldn't be worried about their political affiliation because we want them to live. That's Andrea Gibson. That was their name. They recently, just recently passed. It's devastating. But I just think we have to find ways to move forward. We have to. Donald Trump isn't going to live forever, so we can't let him take over our entirety. I just can't. Is that a MAGA pretzel? Yes, yeah, sometimes when they pretzel Navy. Sometimes. I put a Santa hat on him, though, so it's fine. Let's see. There's that one. What else do I got? No, don't start. Why do you do that? I hate the way TikTok works with its fucking when you're trying to play videos. All right. Like I said, these videos are a little bit longer. Because they mean things. So
They have meaning.
they have meaning. And that's just what we're doing today. Getting into the spirit of feeling, I guess.
Joke's on you. I always have feelings.
That also. This is true, though.
To live. She's dying. She's been in and out of the hospital. My grandmother has 6 months to live. She's dying. She's been in and out of the hospital all summer, but now she has a cancer whose name is too long and complicated for me to remember. And so now we are staring at a ticking clock. And that is why everyone who can is flying up the highways of the Appalachian foothills for a birthday party. This side of my family doesn't really throw birthday parties, but we know that we have to do it now or we're never going to get the opportunity. And I am nervous about going because I used to spend a lot of time with this part of my family. I would spend a week up there every summer, but I haven't seen them in over a decade. And they are exactly the kind of people you think live in the Appalachian foothills. They are conservative, redneck, blue collar, all of the above. And I am a city-fied pinko commie liberal who is bringing my husband to meet them for the very first time. And I am nervous about how this is going to go. But my mother asked me to come, and so I go. We get out of the car, and Conway Twitty is blaring from the backyard. My mother meets us at the door, and we walk out back, and there are 40 or 50 relatives in these pods of folding chairs around the backyard with paper plates in their laps. There's a pool that nobody's using and a bar that's unattended. And in the middle of it all is my grandmother, dancing with her youngest son, David, to Hello, Darlin'. And everybody is watching, and everybody's pretending like they're not watching, and they're furtively recording with their phones, but pretending like they're not, because everybody knows, but nobody wants to admit that this is probably the last time she's ever going to dance. And the dance ends, and the spot next to her opens up, and so I sit down on the concrete, and she looks good. Her hair's been done. It's in these soft curls around her face. She's wearing a new outfit for her birthday. But it's loose to hide all the ports and the wires and the tubes. And she takes the oxygen tube out of her nose, and we start talking. And she asks me about the house I just bought, and I ask her how she's enjoying the party. And we're making small talk in a situation that really doesn't need small talk. And she pauses for a second, and she turns to me and she goes, "You know, I am fine with all of this." And she sucks me in. I may not see that my grandmother very often, but we share one thing more than anything else. We have a blunt attachment to the truth. And so whatever her life has brought her, her 8 husbands, running away with a fry cook, living in a school bus, this woman is the kind that they don't make anymore. And if this is what she wants to talk about, this ticking clock that's on her life, then I want to hear what she has to say. And so she says, "I'm fine. This is just a part of life, and I know that I will be okay. But it is so painful watching how much pain your mama and David are in." And I try to think, what do you say to the dying that don't need your pity or your platitudes? But before I can come up with something to say, another family member pushes their head in and goes, "Do you want a piece of cake?" in that tone of voice that people use with the elderly that they think are feeble. And I want to pick this woman up and hurl her into the pool, cake and all, because my grandmother is not feeble, she is dying, but she is still here. The older relatives start to depart as the sun goes down, and this party that has felt very much like a wake is turning into a little bit of a hootenanny. There's a scavenger hunt for the missing vodka. People are doing furtive shots of tequila in the kitchen. My uncles are stripping off their shirts and doing cannonballs in the pool. My aunts are doing a bad white lady line dance to the wobble off to the side. And my mother is pointedly taking me and my husband to meet everyone, daring them with her steely gaze for anyone to flinch at the phrase, "And this is Mac's husband, Dale." And I don't know what I expected, but nothing happened because my camo MAGA hat wearing uncle grabs my husband into a bear hug and says that it's so nice to meet him and that we don't need to be strangers, and the next time we're up that way, we need to stay with them. And I'm never going to understand these people, but somehow my baggage fits here. I know I need to get on the road. I am working in the morning and I can't stay. I know that all things come to an end. But I go back outside one more time and sit down and look around at my family. My grandmother sitting in the middle, looking out at her kids and her grandkids and her great-grandkids, this clan of factory workers and teachers and librarians and storytellers and hunters and nurses and business people, and so much into the future and into the future and into the future. We are all so different, but different is just a way that we are saying that we are so unique and so uniquely suited for one another. I look at my grandmother sitting in the middle of all of this chaos, and somehow she is at peace. And I find that quite unexpectedly, so am I. Thank you.
And we've talked about cutting off family. We've talked about that. There's people who don't, and I don't think you necessarily have to, because your family is your family. And I think there's that line of grace we give to our family members because we know that deep down they love us, even if they're voting against us. And I'm just trying to find space for us to grant that same veil over certain people we speak with. Again, this is not an all-encompassing thing. There is nuance into every conversation. We talk to some of the worst people on the planet. You will see it next week. I have clips from the horrible people we've talked to. But I think a lot of humans just want to be human, and we get caught up in the social media, the trolling, the clip farming, and we have to remember that we are humans. Again, Donald Trump will not live forever. What he is and what he represents will always be something we have to fight. It will just have a new face. But we have to keep moving forward and not let him become who we are on all sides. Right, like Raiden Revengeance. There's not space at the table for him. I don't think he could even stand in the hallway because he's not willing to engage and just listen today. I have 60 people in here. That's not the numbers I usually do, and that's okay. Because TikTok wants me to do the yelling, do the screaming, do the fighting. But that's not what I wanted to do today. Tomorrow's a day where many of us are spending time with family, and many of us are excited for that. Many of us are anxious for that. And so I think it's okay to take a step away. And if you guys leave here and you want to listen to the debating and the fighting, that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. But today was just a space to just kind of... What does it mean when we talk about having peace on earth and goodwill towards men? What does it mean if we want to progress forward? I like what Sunkiss said. Some people will get left behind. Can't bring everybody. And that's that conversation that actually me and Olive have talked about having. I just don't think we've figured out a way to frame the topic, which is, what are you conserving? What is it you're holding on so tightly to that you can't move forward?
Well, and I think, like, growing up in a place where and I say all four, meaning, step parents are Republican, they're MAGA. And, I've had conversation where I have made that boundary in some things where we just don't talk political stuff because I know that if they wanted to learn something, they would ask questions. They would want to know more. They would show things to do more. And it's really hard. And I've had conversations with people where it's like, well, why don't you actually just like educate them? Because my piece is more important than at least political standpoints with my family members. I'm not going to sit and show up to Thanksgiving and, oh, pass the potatoes. By the way, I want some more. You put too much ice in my glass. Speaking of ice, like, I understand in some cases, but I also understand that doing this on a daily basis, doing this as a form of income, doing this as a job is, I don't think people truly understand like the amount of work that you and I put in. I don't think people truly understand the amount of time that collectively your favorite content creators will put together and make things work. I mean, I'm sitting here right now and I'm working on Manny's Blue Sky. I'm working on to make sure that his stuff is updated for, immigration that is currently going on. Like, I truly, like, I know people say they do, but I don't think they actually do. So when we're having these conversations and we're talking political stuff, and this is something that actively hits harder and harder, and it does more of a toll on your body than you think it would, it's something that is heart wrenching. It's something that is difficult. It's something that I truly don't think people actually understand it.
No. Like, it's a 24/7. Like, I don't have time for the amount of reading, the amount of podcasts, the amount of like the things that we have to do. I actually kind of want to start doing what Manny and Blue have been doing on Substack. I just don't know what my like realm would be for what kind of articles I would write about. And it's like, I don't have time. Where do I fit in the fucking time?
It's one of those things because, like, Manny does weekly immigration updates. He uploads that on Substack. Blue's been active on it. I've been posting on Substack. I haven't been as active as I once was because I'm doing other things, because I'm trying to shift my stuff into more of social issues, still ramming on political stuff, and then focusing in on, midterms. Like, this is... When the holiday season comes around, specifically Christmas, and I think a lot of this has because I'm older, Christmas isn't the same as it used to be when we were kids. And I think this is normal. I think it's different when you have kids, because this is going to be one of the first Christmases where I won't have my family with me. It's going to be me and Manny's first Christmas together, like actually one-on-one. And I'm excited.
As you should be.
It's just not showing as I want it to, I guess. It's weird.
We have someone in the box. I'm going to see what they want to contribute, I guess.
Hi sister,
Oh,
how
it's
are you?
Timo
From
again. I
Syria. Bye.
appreciate you. Have a happy holiday, my friend. But we're not doing that today.
But yeah, it's our first Christmas one-on-one, like our actual
So
first
excited.
Christmas. And I'm excited for it. I mean, it's not like I'll have gifts and stuff because, it's money and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know. And when we're talking about these things and when we've had these conversations about how we go on and address and how we continue to, push things in the directions we want it to go, where we take in those that want to change, and then you have those that claim they want to change and then flip.
Yeah.
It's really complicated. And, I think that I'm also of the people that I like to own the stupidity of them. Because I bet you if Montana came up on my panel this morning, it wasn't going to be productive.
No. But I don't know that Montana is a person that I would count as letting listen in the hallway, because I don't think she's there.
No, I agree.
Like,
It's
I wouldn't put that on you. I think she stays in her space for a reason, with people who agree with her for a reason. I mean, she never came up. She said, I'm going to have my coffee and I'm going to come up. She didn't come up.
And then she kept complaining because she's like, oh, she brought her friends up.
Right.
Bitch. Like, and that's the thing that I think that gets me the most upset is like hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And like, even now, right? I'm going to click on True Social right now just to see. With everything currently going on, all this current administration has to say is Merry Christmas. But we know what's going on. I mean, again, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at, there's a House bill that they're trying to push forward for that Chicago's trying to push to protect immigrants' lives at courthouses and hospitals, trying to protect other people. I mean, we've all seen it. I've seen a video of a mom that her husband was picked up by ICE and they released him and he came back home, and those babies were so excited because they didn't know if dad was going to come back home. Like, there are some things that I personally can forgive, and there's other things where they will sit there and have an argument about Obama did this,
Mhm.
but yet kids weren't being zip tied to the side of the road. Like,
Right. And I don't think it's about forgiveness. I don't believe it is. I don't think it's about taking people, because here's the thing. We get people who come up and talk about how they voted for immigration, but they don't agree now with how he's doing it. And I think it's very easy for us to say you should have known because we knew and we paid attention. But they don't. Like I try to think about it, like I think Montana is a great example. Like she's kind of a lost cause. But what's the media that Montana is ingesting?
yeah, Fox News and that kind of thing.
And what does her algorithm look like on TikTok?
I could only imagine.
Right. So we talked about this yesterday, right? Like we have to know our arguments, our claims with factual based information, but we also have to know theirs. And so we're doing, like you said, so much work, double the research to understand where they're coming from so that we can combat it. They don't do that.
No, because then once they get proven wrong, then they either want to pivot and stuff. And I think that's like, even if I've been proven wrong on many occasions by Trump supporters, and you know what? I concede. I tell you, you know what? You're right. I was incorrect about this. Thank you for educating me on this. Let's go
Yeah.
to the next topic. And they're just like, own the lib. And it's like,
Right. They try to catch you in gotcha words and things like that. They accuse us of doing that. But really, what I'm trying to do is lead them down the line of their logic. Most of the time, when you and I are having conversations, we aren't making claims at all. We're taking their claims and trying to find where the logical inconsistency is. And they're looking for us to trip up on a word or trip up on a way we said a sentence in order for them to take that. Like, see, look what you said. Ha, ha, ha. And it's like we are just in this world of trolling and owning and internet slop that we can't remember to be people. Like, you don't talk like that to a person in person. You don't do that.
there's no way that they do. And
No.
it's like, even if you want to say like, well, the younger generation does it, it's something that, again, it's so silly to me. And like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't think it means we change how we're arguing. Like, again, I'm fine with MAGA because it seems that when you bring up one topic, they want to talk about everything else that they never want to talk about. So we've been doing Epstein, and so now they want to talk about the economy and immigration. And if they want to do that, even though the background says Epstein, I am willing to do that. But I am not going to be running backgrounds that are anything but Epstein right now. Yes, we will talk about the news like we always do. We will talk about what's going on in it with immigration, with Venezuela, with the jobs market, with the student loans. Like, we will talk about all that information. But I think holding them down to what they said about it, about Epstein being their line and how they're not being consistent, it's the best way right now to show their logical inconsistency with how they are handling this topic in particular. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about. Because it's heavy.
No, I agree with you. I don't know. Maybe, and like the other thing too, and I think a lot of people don't understand this, when you experience burnout from political talk, it takes you out for weeks. I want everyone to fully understand that. I experienced major big burnout in the beginning of last year. And it was probably the worst thing that I've ever gone through. There is so much, like, you, myself, Blue, Chicky, Kayla, Sunkiss, Hector, Erica, Doug, like Steve,
Mhm.
RTP, like so many people have so much energy into this. And I don't think people truly understand it. I know people do, but I genuinely don't know if they actually understand. Like being a content creator, being someone who is politically activated, whether that be through the screen or in person, boots on the ground. Like I can't imagine the burnout Martina feels day in, day out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that type of burnout. I can't imagine the burnout for people who are physically on the ground, who are doing boots on the ground work. And this isn't necessarily me trying to be like, supporters be more. I want supporters to look at their favorite content creators and see the amount of work that they're putting in. Like, genuinely. Like, the amount of work, as simple as favoritism, right? The amount of work Manny puts into his weekly immigration updates.
This is why I said it's a most to take breaks from time to time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then you feel like you miss out. Like,
Right.
being off for Christmas.
And I am
the
not
day
even
after-
putting out my full because of my employer.
Correct. But even then, right, like missing 1 to 2 days, it feels like you're drowning in news articles for weeks.
Yeah.
You have to catch back up
Yep.
because you have to stay informed. We are currently in an administration where everything is happening at once,
Which was purposeful.
and the algorithm punishes breaks. Hector brings up a very good point.
Yeah.
Like, this is where when we say to the 62 people that are listening who have been following Monica and I for months at this point, if you've been following me for years at this point, this is when I state, when we are sitting here and we are asking you to boop to screen, we are asking you to repost, we are asking you to share. We want you guys to stay engaged. We want you to, here, let me even put on my camera real quick. Oh shit, wrong finger. Hold on. Shit, fuck. Kayla, your nails gave me the bad typing gene.
And Kayla's are even longer.
This community
know.
has gotten me through it all.
We love you, Kayla.
But like, this is when I say straight face to face. When you see that content creator and they have a goal on their screen, and even if you can't, just make sure you're staying engaged as much as possible, because breaking points are a thing. And it's terrifying how quickly you get there. I mean, I can't tell you how many people are like, Olive, all these, messages you get, all these comments you get.
I
It's
have
so
to do
gross.
better at engaging with friendly videos.
Yes, you do. You do.
Yes, which
100%.
means watching them all the way through before you hit the heart, because the algorithm prefers if you watch it all the way through. And again, who
And-
has time for that when we're hopping from panel to panel?
And the other big thing that's difficult is with this platform being changed, because
Mhm.
I don't think people. So
How much
The
wood
sig-
would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Hector found the button now.
Jesus Christ.
Like so when Oracle officially takes over TikTok, which is January 22nd,
Mhm.
Algo is going to be fucked. Algo is going
gonna
to be
change.
switched.
Yeah.
People are going to leave. We have people who are staying. I, for one, will be someone who is staying here because this is where I got my growth. Now, granted, my account got fucked, so that's a different story.
Right.
But this is where I got my growth. I am not leaving until I get told that I can't stay. Like, I want you guys to understand that. There are people who are going to stick here through the thick and the thin. There are people who are going to push for shit. There are people who are going to continue to speak out. And again, this is when I say, look at the creators you support. Look at the creators and the amount of work that they're putting in. And make sure you take care of those creators, because more than ever, we're going into a whole nother year with this administration. I don't even know what happened 6 months ago at this point, because everything is still piling up. I mean, as simple as the beginning of last year, that's when you had the Schnazis come out. What's going to happen next year?
Right.
What is the foreseeable future? What is midterms going to look like?
Mhm.
What are we going to have going into the 2028 election?
My memory is literally shocked from this year alone.
Yeah.
Like,
We
this is when
forget stuff that this admin has done
Uh,
because it's so much.
executive orders. I want to make sure you guys truly not people in the circle who you guys see as panel with. I'm talking about the people who sit in the comments and who tap the screen and who engage. Why did my computer turn off? And who engage in the conversation like that, right? Even some of the ops that will stick around and sometimes have okay conversations. Engagement is important.
Mhm.
We have a very special person who I have known since I first got on this app, and he has stage 4 brain cancer.
Mhm.
They gave him 3 months to live.
Mhm.
And if anything, what attacking has taught me since I've been on this app is he has mutuals with some ops. The ops he has mutuals with are ops that are not savable, but they can still engage in conversation.
Right.
And I myself need to stop being an angry liberal, an angry leftist majority of the time.
It's hard though. We're passionate about
hard.
the things we care about.
But no, I just want to make sure everyone understands that every single person who has followed me since day one, since I first got on this app, needs to understand that I see you, I hear you, and all the new people who come in continue to support. Because what we do is not easy.
No. And
Also,
it's
this is fun.
like you said, it's going to get, yeah, I love that sound. It's going to get more difficult with looking into what it is. We don't know how the algorithm is going to be affected by Oracle. We can only assume based off of the fact that Oracle is very much
I just
a
put
Trump
the
supporter.
paywall buster in the mod chat.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Naquan.
Very much a, now he wants to act like he's been active in the Discord. Okay, I see how it is, Naquan.
After yesterday's conversation,
I'm in here. I promise.
I've been here.
been here.
Clocks
But
in.
we can only assume
Right.
that it will go more right-leaning based off of what we've seen Oracle do with its donations to Trump. But they're also a business. And we have seen the court of public opinion shift. Like I really started, and I think we've talked about this, you plan to, I plan to. I don't know how I'm going to structure that background yet, but we're going to start moving into midterm talks
Yes.
coming at the beginning of the year. It's going to be time. And that doesn't mean we can't throw in debates in between, but we really need to get people activated and get people informed. But I just don't.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to engage because
Yes.
the other thing that a lot of people aren't understanding is there's a whole base out there that is not activated. There's a whole grouping of people who are registered on the left or center and have not voted.
And and again, it's this space. It's this toxic space. I am thankful every day that TikTok has created a platform where I can come on and speak with people or talk about my views or just build the community, the meeting, like, oh my God, Olive, like meeting you, becoming friends with you, the community that you allowed me into, really, like you knew these people before I did, and being a part of that community. It's probably been the most amazing thing I've had. I don't have friends in real life. It's just not something that I've been able to keep. And so being able to have people that I know I can reach out to and talk to about things that are just as passionate as I am is fucking amazing.
Well, and I think this is where I say, right, a lot of people are talking about meeting up in DC.
Mhm.
There is a central point. There's a way we can continue to move in the same direction together while being in separate places. And
This
again,
is real
it's
life. You're right, Blue. I'm sorry.
it's hard. It's hard to have that connection. And a lot of us can point fingers to X, Y, and Z, whether it be political or non. And, you know, being someone who has like moved from Virginia to here, I have no in-person friends. My best friend from high school is my best friend still. It's still shaky because of political reasons.
Right.
And this is something where I know I need to at least drop some of my pride in what I know and not stoop down to other people's levels. Because the biggest thing that I always hated throughout this entire thing, trying to change ways to reach across the aisle, is not necessarily dumb down what you say, but make it more digestible. And I'm just like, that's insulting on my intelligence. No, what I do insults their intelligence because people have been left behind, not thanks to Bush,
Right.
but thanks to many other things.
Yeah. And it's like we use the term meet them where they're at. And I think a lot of us are really quick to reject it because it sounds like being a moderate. And that's, at least when I use that, that's not what I mean. I don't mean meet them where they're at and be like, okay, you hate trans people, but economically you're seeing a difference, and so come on over. Like, that's not what I mean. I mean meet them where they're at in understanding their media environment and what they see. Bree brought up a great point, which is what I was talking about in way of engagement, is TikTok pushes out the arguments. They push out the fighting. And it's so fucking frustrating that on days where you or I run topics, or Blue run topics that are meant to build coalition and to actually speak like real humans and not just talking points, that TikTok's like, nah, I'm not going to push you out.
This is when I say that rage baiting is something that a lot of us do. And I wouldn't necessarily call what we do as rage baiting, but
Right.
when we have a background of Trump looking dumpy and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and we say like MAGA betas and shit like that, the intention is to get on the algorithm.
Yeah.
The intention is not to continue that divide. The intention is to get on the algorithm. Every single time I hit that go live button, my intention is not to change the person who is sitting next to me on the panel.
Right.
The intention is for people in the comments to listen. And this was a conversation leading up to the election where a bunch of us creators got together and we're like, what way are we going to go into 2025, into 2026? How are we going to engage with people? How are we going to activate the base? How are we going to reach out to people who don't want to be reached?
Oh, I know, babe. Yeah, if I were to change the background and restart at 11, it would just be a
Oh, it would be a whole different conversation.
whole different
You could
convo.
we could do the whole Epstein stuff
Mhm.
and you would see the comments come in.
Mhm.
But because it's a calm conversation, because there is no yelling, because it's just Monica and I, no one's going to get mad.
And I guess that's where my brain is in way of like giving them grace. It's not giving them and their political ideology grace. It is understanding that, like, although Blue said this is real life, it is this space of TikTok debating and TikTok in general. I think we forget how big the world is. I think sometimes we forget that the climate of politics is changing and that people are moving away from Trump and that ideology. Like, he is losing. We are seeing it, that he is losing. But I think when we're here and we get only people who support him, people who have sunk cost fallacy are only a part of that diatribe, we forget that there's bigger outside of them. There's a Hector in my box.
What?
Mary Chrysler, Hector.
From your favorite egg.
Mary Chrysler's, you filthy animals.
You feeling okay, friend?
Doing all right, doing all right. I wanted to add on to what you guys are saying in terms of what I think we can all fall victims to is when we are doing this sometimes daily and we're in these spaces, it can seem a lot more doomy and gloomy than it really is, in my personal opinion, as someone who goes out every day and also works and other stuff. I've definitely, granted, I'm in a pretty blue area, so there's that. So it's never been MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. But I've noticed a lot more people are in public quiet about their political affiliations. A lot more people on the right aren't necessarily as proud and vocal as they used to be. I think there is a divide happening there. And oftentimes in these spaces with our backgrounds and stuff, we're just getting some of the worst. We're getting some of the trolls. So it's expected for us to hear the egregious stuff that we do and whatnot. But it's not exactly the perfect reflection of what's happening outside. Now, to be fair, I am one of the firm belief that the shit that we see on this app is really just people letting out how they really feel. So I don't want to ignore that reality. But it is different. I had a guy yesterday, I was doing Uber, and he gets in and he's like, I have a hybrid. So he's like, hey, what kind of hybrid is this? How many miles it get? Blah, blah, blah. We get to talking about that. And he says, man, for a second there, I was really scared, man. I was really scared that they were going to mandate all those EVs. And
Oh, God.
like, immediately, I knew exactly where to go, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
And I just laughed. He's like, what? I'm serious. I'm like, I know you're serious. It's interesting. But I said, look, man, that was not going to happen. Nor do I think that was the other president's agenda. I think we can definitely look at some states and say they're more aggressive than others, California being the obvious example. But it was like we were too far off from that. And we saw that with, the ramped up drilling and everything else. And we were able to have a cool conversation about it, like to where I'm pretty sure he knew where I landed. I knew where the fuck he landed. But like we just talked about that, and he made a quip about it before he got out the car. It's just, I don't know. It was a cool civil conversation. Now, granted, if I was to go all Hector talks on him, it probably would have went very differently. But
we
I don't
have
know.
personas. We do have personas on this app. Like, I want people to understand that. Like, personas isn't a bad thing. The Hector
No.
Talks that goes on TikToks is not a bad thing. The Just Monty Dog on TikTok isn't a bad thing. The Olive on TikTok isn't a
Speak
bad
for yourself.
thing.
Lol.
You know what? I don't want to
Big
hear
lip.
it. But the thing is when we have these conversations, and we have said this more than once, we've got the bottom of the barrel, guys. That's all we have now.
Did Thick redact his?
Yes, he did.
I'm fucking
Yes, he
dead.
did.
Yeah, no, he
I'm
absolutely.
telling you, us on the left, what we need to do is we all have to redact part of our usernames.
Yeah.
I'm
not going
I
to do it
think
my
we should do
username,
that.
but I've thought about doing my profile picture.
I would just put it I think it'd be great. But again, I have met amazing people on this app. I met someone who I fell in love with after talking about Charlottesville. Thanks, Doug. So we have created a wonderful community, and the community needs to stick. And I think that even with some of the bullshit we hear coming from our side, and I say bullshit very lightly as in drama and small things, not like the JW situation, nothing like that.
Right.
The infighting needs to stop. Just blank duh.
Yes.
Yes, that is Monica's new name. But no, I think that a lot of people need to step outside and realize that we're all in this together. And if you guys want to continue to support your favorite content creators, we're going to say it till we're all blue in the fucking face. You don't have to gift TikTok. Because I'm sure once Oracle takes it, we are going to get a lesser cut of it.
He knows what that's going to
I'm not gonna be surprised at all at that.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
have to reapply for, Hector, once I hit 10K?
Is it whatchamacallit, Creative
Uh-huh.
Awards? Because
Uh-huh.
they kicked me from it, and I can only reapply after tomorrow.
Nope, I have to wait till I hit 10K. I have to.
Oh, wait, because your account. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotta love a bunch of hackers.
I got kicked from it for ineligible videos, which is weird because I've already made money off a couple of them, and I don't know. It was the whole thing.
But TikTok's its own fucking battle, and then once Oracle takes it, that's a whole new battle. We gotta do it together. But we keep doing the damn thing because the people who I surround myself with, I know have the intentions and the heart to want to make things change. I know that if I wouldn't call Hector because Hector wouldn't pick up the phone, but if I was to call anyone but Hector because Hector doesn't pick up, they would be there for me in a heartbeat. If I message Hector, he responds to me in about 3 days' time, but that's beside the point. Are you calling me a liar, Hector?
He said, wow.
But I would be there for Hector. Wait till I get out of this mail room. Oh, fuck, I'm in trouble. Speaking of that, Manny's Blue Sky is now all updated. So if you guys want to go ahead and support Manny on Blue Ski, links are in my bio. It's also been oddly, it is almost 70 degrees right now.
Yeah, no, it is. It's 59 right now. It's going to be 68 in fucking Colorado for Christmas. That's fun.
I've been dreaming of a...
No, now we gotta do Melakaliki Maka is the thing to say on a nice global climate day.
You still have flowers blooming? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Okay, context. You had a greenhouse, okay, over the garden that was still had a lot of heat, and so stuff was growing. We had a terrible windstorm that ripped the fucking greenhouse off of it, but yes, stuff is still growing. In the live chat, what'd you do? Did you take?
I don't know. Last time I looked in that live chat, I was scared.
Oh yeah, you have pictures of your flowers that are still growing. Yeah, no, that should have gone in NSFW. I don't know what he was thinking. That's a different.
I was looking through it. I'm like, I didn't actually look at it because I knew what to expect. Hi, Dr. Davis. I thought it was so silly. I thought it was so fucking silly. I'm like, I was scrolling through Discord. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh.
Yeah, there you go, Eli. Oh, the weather outside is warm.
It's
not good. It's not good. And like there's so much happening at one time that we can't even like talk about fucking climate change.
No,
Like,
we can't. We can't talk about that shit. Again, we might wake up tomorrow and we could have bombed Venezuela. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know what's going to, like, I hate saying that.
I don't know if he's actually gonna do it. I think he's waiting for them to act first.
Maybe.
Because I think if he does it first, he's gonna really, really lose like independence and people that they need, the support that they need. I think he would really lose that. So I think he's waiting for like Maduro to do something first. And Maduro's like, I'm not touching that. What the fuck? So it's like this big dick game that they're playing of chicken, and I don't like it. Kayla. That is him, though. He is a fucking. This man and the HOA. I love him for that, but like he be fighting with the HOA, and it's the funniest fucking thing. And like calling the city for like.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, no, literally. And he calls
Does he
the
also
city
put
so
goats
much.
everywhere?
Puts what?
Does he put goats on his front lawn?
He would. I stay mad, yeah, because we've called the city for like traffic things and things that they're not doing right, or like y'all need to come out here and test the traffic flow again. It's, yeah.
My flowers are still growing.
Happy Xmas Eve ranting.
I respond to all of the important stuff in a reasonable time frame.
I know.
All right.
That was
that's
literally like 5 to 10 business days just now.
Yeah. I know you respond when it's necessary. You respond when it's important. I bet if I was to message you, Hector, hey, I need your help, you would call instead of text.
I'm calling
Fucking
out.
crazy.
No, fuck it. I'm calling Hector out. He didn't wish me happy birthday till the next motherfucking day. Fuck Hector.
You know what? I said belated.
I included the word.
I even fucking dropped my fucking birthday, and he read the message and said, "I don't know what that means," and just kept on fucking moving.
You wrote a confusing message. I was like, wait, what? And that's why I needed a clarification, but you gave it.
Present, happy birthday to me, and he's like, "I don't know what that means."
I thought I didn't know you were actually meant it was your birthday, because all the other stuff, I was like, wait, what? Huh? I'm like, this is Crow. Crow just be chirping. I don't know what's happening.
Crow be chirping is crazy. Judge blocks Trump effort to strip security clearance from attorney who represented whistleblowers.
Yeah, they I saw that they blocked that.
DC National Guard shooting suspect facing 5 additional federal charges.
That makes sense. Well, and that's the thing.
Hey.
Like, I don't. What is their goal with? I mean, headlines like that are to be informative, but like, I guess would the right take a headline like that and be like, are they like waiting for us to fight against that? Like, I'm not fighting against
Well,
his charges.
if I click
That's-
the right side on Ground News, it doesn't really change
right, but
much.
I think there are groups who like want us to like fight against that. It's like nobody here is trying to fight against.
People want clicks. Like, this is
Yeah.
the thing also when it comes to us doing this research. And this is when I say louder. When you see your favorite content creators on here and they're doing a certain background, when they're doing a specific topic, when they get bat signals for certain topics, the amount of work you do to do research on these things are something that people will never understand. So a lot of news sources will just get clicks. A lot of news sources just want viewership. A lot of news sources just want shares.
Mhm.
US drivers are seeing lower gas prices this holiday season.
Duh.
I mean, let's look at AAA. Oh
But
shit!
it's not like, and I guess I wouldn't put this on just Trump supporters. I think we have to stop with saying that it's under a president. Like, it happens under a president. It doesn't mean they necessarily have a direct effect on that unless we can prove it.
Mhm.
Like, there are times when we say things like with the economy, where we're like, thanks, Obama. But that was because directly within him and Congress, we got shit done. It's not like, I don't know, it's not a president. The president is really just a figurehead. Like, you prop him up. He's basically, to be honest, the White House press secretary, like, the president is kind of just that, but he goes and shakes hands with people. Like,
He kisses babies.
yeah. Which, please stop doing that. That's weird. Stop doing that. I don't know. I'm just going to throw up some random shit. I don't know. Do that.
We see what happens. I don't think anything really big is gonna happen right now.
Good. I don't want it. Christmas.
What is this?
Chairman Jordan, yesterday our client Jack Smith testified before the committee for approximately 9 hours regarding his investigation of President Trump's alleged unlawful retention of classified documents. What did you send, Kayla? Hi, Bubby. I'm most handsome man on TikTok.
Hey, I am. Sorry.
Your blue
I
sky
am
is done.
Thank you. I'm on lunch right now. And
Do you
my
want
team's-
lunch?
No, I want to get away from my job. There's just work related drama.
I want to know tea.
It's not interesting,
I don't care.
but I will say it. But first, I want to say, Monty, I disagree.
With what?
We say thanks Obama because Trump supporters said that they say it's Obama's fault. Everything is Obama's fault.
Sure.
In specifically
Except for
in
50
Trump's
Shades of Grey,
first
which is Reagan's fault.
Crow.
in Trump's first administration, they blamed everything on Obama the same
Right.
way that they're blaming everything on Biden. So we say thanks Obama.
But do
for
we have
everything.
factual evidence to back saying
No.
thanks, Obama? We don't?
Like some of the things, again, where I stand with the president is if the president actively campaigned and pushed for this piece of legislation or whatever change, then yes, that is the president's, campaign promise, right? They were on the campaign trail. They said, I'm going to push for X. They pushed for X. It happened or it didn't. And that's the campaign promises that is being tracked. But I'm not going to say thanks, Obama, for changing a post office name,
No.
which goes through legislation, goes through Congress in order to get a post office's name changed, right? I'm not going to say thanks, Obama, for that, right? Biden's administration had over 400 bills actually enacted into law. Biden probably only pushed for maybe 5% of those bills during his campaign. I'm not going to say thanks Biden for pushing for all. Thanks Biden for signing into office over 400 pieces of legislation. That's insane, right? So I was just saying I disagree on the Obama part.
Sure. That's
but
fair.
everything that happens underneath the administration, like you said, is an unfortunate consequence of being a part of that administration. Your name goes on it, so everything that happens, whether it be directly or indirectly, is a stain on your administration.
Fucking team
but it
projects
does not,
and shit.
right? But it's like it does not mean that is what the president actually pushed for.
Right. I've talked about
you
that
imagine?
in way of Trump's first term. There was a piece of legislation for protecting national parks that he signed. And it's always funny because they're like, is there anything you liked that he did? And it's like, I guess if you want to say that technically, but for a fact, he didn't read it. He doesn't know what was in it and what it did. He only knows it got brought to his desk to be signed. So why would I give him that credit? Are we just thanking presidents in the chat? Why would I give him that credit for putting his signature on something that he wasn't involved in?
The only thing I can say is we will hold a president 100% their feet to the fire, good or bad, for any presidential action. It does not matter. If that president does not know what they are signing when it comes to proclamations, declarations, or executive orders, that is on the president, because that is something that the president is it does not need to go through Congress.
Right.
It will go through their own policymakers that they have in the executive branch that they should be working with to understand those presidential actions. So that is when I'm, all of the 200 plus executive orders that Obama signed. Yes, Obama needs to be held accountable for all of those. Sorry, Lyndon B. Johnson, with your 2000. Like, you need to be held accountable for all 2000 executive orders or presidential actions that you put in office during your time. Like that is. But if I'm going to be like, oh yeah, Congress did 1,000 pieces of legislation, I highly doubt that president even knows a tenth of those bills.
Oh my God.
Monica.
Thank you, Hector, for the 10. That was like 40 minutes ago, and I didn't even see the notification. Thank you, Hector. Merry Christmas. From one broke lefty to another. That's what he wrote. I didn't do it.
Hey, check Discord for me real quick, Monica. I tagged you in something. But Blue Sky's done, Bubby.
Thank you.
Now, while
Oh,
we're
I saw
thinking about that, let me explain what I said. So,
Not Crow trying to cover his checks.
Ronald Reagan gave
God.
pew-pews to the Iran.
No, I didn't do it, but also
I know who did it, but I didn't.
But also,
Chicky.
we're not thanking Ronald Reagan for shit.
No.
Man didn't do one good thing.
No, Crow sent me a $5 to the Blue app, and he said, unrelated to this, Ronald Reagan is responsible for 50 Shades of
I
Grey.
can't. This is his Christmas story that he's telling to everybody.
Yeah, so if you guys are curious what I just said, Monica, it's in the news section of our Discord. The White House streamed yesterday. It said breaking Santa's naughty list, the worst of the worst, lo-fi edition, no coal, just deportation. And it's a AI video of Trump sitting by a fireplace with what looks like the like a sign, like a old school like list that they did for like Christmas and stuff, and it's him going through people they've deported.
And it's like part of the reason like my background is what it is. It's so
Indigenous.
I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. Blue did it.
Damn.
Is like I just don't. How are you going to take? And this is them. This isn't like necessarily the people supporting them, but you're taking something that's so joyous, a being, a spirit, an idea of something of Christmas that is can be so beautiful, and you're using it for the purpose of being nasty and marginalizing other humans. It's absolutely vile.
Let me say my thing for the 74 people. I need to put the brainworms out. Let me live, Blue. Let me live.
I don't want to hear about Ronald Reagan being Christian. What's his last name?
I don't know.
He's terrible. He's terrible. Ronald Reagan's terrible. I don't like 50 Shades of Grey. It's too basic. But he's terrible. This is not me saying thanks, Ronald Reagan. This is me just taking a fucking fan theory to a logical conclusion because everyone says 9/11's why we got 50 Shades of Grey. Y'all start too fucking late. Y'all start too late. Reagan, yeah. You stay with me for a second.
I don't want to.
It's great. just go.
Back to work.
So,
No, Crow, don't ruin this for me.
Ronald Reagan gave firearms to the Iran-Contra, which is how we got Osama, who did 9/11, which it was the inspiration for My Chemical Romance, which inspired Twilight, which inspired 50 Shades of Grey. Therefore, logically, Ronald Reagan's why we have 50 Shades of Grey.
Right, I have it. It's true, but
It's true, and you all just are mad at the truth. You're just all mad at the truth.
this Crow.
You all understand that's just inside my brain all the time, right? Like this scene.
Why? Why is that inside your brain?
This Crow.
Because this is what happens when you take somebody with a mental level IQ, give them autism and ADHD and way too much free time. They turn into Charlie from Always Sunny.
But okay, not related to that, but related to Reagan. I think get into this like again, nuance. Fucking nuance. Were there things that happened under Reagan's administration that we agree with and were good? Yes. Like
Sure, if I can think of something.
amnesty.
Amnesty to who specifically did he give amnesty to, by the way?
Venezuelans, Venezuelan refugees. His logic was fucked. His
Right.
logic was that they were viewed as workhorses.
Right.
But he did it.
The reasoning. Right. But I think it's being able to have the nuance. I'm not saying that makes him good, though. I don't like Reagan. I think he was the goddamn devil. He's still the devil and Trump is
No,
the
he's still-
Antichrist.
Yes, he's still the worst.
Yeah.
He gave birth to what we have today.
Yes. But I think we can have nuance in the structuring of like policy. I don't think we have to outright like nix everything.
Is the idea of amnesty if it's just the idea of giving amnesty to those that have been here for a very long time? I think it was only for people who had been here for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Like there was a time constraint.
No,
on
it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Amnesty is not citizenship. They still
No.
have to apply for citizenship.
Correct.
Usually from amnesty to citizenship, you need to be here for like some odd years and something else in order to even apply. But I can agree with that. The reasoning, yes, I'll agree with that. But again, when did he do it? Where were we when he did that? Who gave him, like, it wasn't just amnesty is, yes, done by the executive branch. So it is done by him. But what was the policymakers? Where were we during that time?
Right.
And who came up with the idea?
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. I think that's where that nuance is finding how these ideologies, what they're based off, how they move, how they change.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, Reagan, he was a shitbag, but at least he didn't want to do tariffs. He knew tariffs were back. There wasn't a call for tariffs
No.
because we were just getting
Right.
out of using them. Of course, he was going to be like, "No, I don't want to do tariffs." When you're literally getting out of the Great Depression, like
Right,
he
right,
lived through the Great Depression. Like,
He's all-
of course,
No.
he's like, "I don't know about tariffs,
That's a dirty
guys."
word to him. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. No,
So
absolutely.
it's completely different. I'm not going to praise him for saying for his quote on tariff policies.
The only time I point that out isn't to say Reagan said tariffs were bad. It's to combat when you have certain conservatives that are like, Reagan liked tariffs, and you're like, no, he didn't. That's it. Like, I'm not saying like, woohoo, Reagan didn't like tariffs. Like, no,
Okay.
he just didn't like them.
Yeah, no, I mean, Bush didn't like tariffs. Both of the Bushes didn't like tariffs. Whatchamacallit, Reagan didn't like tariffs, and the previous Republican before. Actually, not the previous Republican, because then we're getting into the Great Depression, if my timeline is correct. So, yeah, I mean, no, we were strongly opposing tariffs throughout until we got to Trump, really. So I'm not
Shut the
praising.
fuck up. Oh, sorry.
Not Manny. Echo. She said.
Uh-oh. Like, what?
Why would
yeah,
I
no,
tell you- Why would I say that to you at all?
You could just barely.
I didn't-
hear
all I
you
heard was
say
shut the
echo
fuck up,
part.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I heard was
Oh.
shut the fuck up. I was like, what?
The litter came in. I'm gonna change the litter box.
But yeah, I can't really think of a reason why I would be like, thanks, Ronald Reagan. Like, I don't know enough, to be honest, of the things that he actually ran on.
He was an actor at one point.
Cool. He was also California's general manager. No, just playing. Governor,
manager,
and that
CEO.
and that went terribly wrong, and that's the reason why Republicans no longer have California. So I'm just saying, like, what can I say that he specifically, again, what did he run on? You know what? He ran on the Grace Commission and then they didn't do it. Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
True. So handshake, I'm not in the mood to go back and forth with you, but I did want to ask you specifically, what about a progressive ideology sucks?
I just think traditionalism in a sense is just better than progressivism. I feel like when you look at instances like the Iran Revolution, where you had total amounts of freedom, and then all these liberal policies started to get put in place, and now it's a complete S show in the Middle East when you had complete freedom.
That's that's conservatism in the Middle East.
You said that backwards.
Yeah.
You understand that, right? That's a whole ass backwards thing you just stated.
I don't know. It's more progressivism.
No, that was traditionalist.
Because they believe in open borders, and that's what happened when Iran opened their borders. They got invaded by Islamists in a sense.
They didn't.
And now
no,
you have
you can't you can't say they did, and then in a sense, right? Like it.
That
didn't happen, and secondly,
they have no women's
Iran.
rights.
Secondly, Iran, especially the Middle East, and the way that Jordan, Iran,
Women's
Lebanon, and the rest of them are actually
This is
going
when you
currently
think but
is
don't think.
towards. This is actually going towards progressivism, where we see the policies that they're actually enacting in today, right? We see that they're being more open towards women's rights. We see that they're being more open towards.
You think
human
Afghanistan
rights.
is being more open towards
maybe not
human
be
rights?
maybe not completely progressivism in the Western sense with like gay rights and everything. 100%. We're not saying that they're the beacon of progressivism, right? If we want to show the beacon of progressivism, we need to go to the freaking. I don't know why you keep talking. We would go to the Netherlands for that. We would actually go to Denmark, Sweden, Finland, right? But no, you wanted to run to a country that is completely dominated and ruled by religious ideology and say, see, progressivism doesn't work here. That's a very straw man argument for yourself.
So they want to progress us into a sense where we don't even know if there's two genders or not.
So
And then-
you're
and then they
using-
Can you
No,
actually
that's-
engage in the
and then they
conversation?
compare-
Can you
Can I finish?
No,
Can you engage
because you're
in the
not
conversation?
engaging in what Manny said. You're trying.
Can
to
you
say
engage with what I just
something
said?
else.
Is the expedition of
Okay,
human
that's fine that you
intelligence
believe that, but can you engage with the things that I just said?
about how Iran is not a complete dictatorship
You weren't
under
listening.
Islam.
Yeah. So you didn't hear anything I said, did you?
I did, but I mean, it was all just kind of a word vomit.
No, you couldn't comprehend it.
What did I not comprehend?
What did
That
I
they're-
say?
Repeat
What did I
back
say
what he
about the
said.
Netherlands?
What do you say?
Islam is a very progressive thing, and that's why you see a lot of liberal, they're welcoming them in at higher rates than.
All right. So
other
you're
areas.
saying that Islam is liberal?
Oh yeah, in a sense.
Okay. What is
They
going
have
on
very
in
liberalism
Islamic? So
ideology.
I want you to now compare Islamic states to the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yes.
There's not much to compare
Why not?
because it's completely different ethnicities.
I want you to
Where Netherlands is
compare.
like 95%
I want
white.
you to. I didn't ask you to compare religions. See, that's the problem. I'm asking you to compare the countries that Islam is practicing. To compare it to the Netherlands.
Which ones have more freedom rights?
I'm asking you to
ran countries
compare
or
the two.
Islamic ran countries.
Is
Neither.
the Netherlands? Is the Netherlands?
That's
hold
funny.
on.
That's
Is
very
the Netherlands? It's the Netherlands. Do you believe that the Netherlands are conservative?
I believe they're more on the independent scope. I don't think they're neither progressive or
They're social democrat. They're a social
Yeah,
democratic
exactly. So
state.
that's more on the.
That's
middle
not
ground.
independent.
Progressive.
That's not progressive.
It is.
That's. I don't think you know political ideology.
I don't think you know what progressive means. I think you mean progressive as in moving. I don't think you understand it as an ideology in politics. I think that's
Yeah.
where we're having a disconnect. Because you used progressive even with Islam. Did you hear him do it? Progressing us towards. Like, no, that's not the wrong usage of that term. We're talking about progressive ideology and what it means, which is why I asked you, what about it sucks? And you came in and said conservatism is better. That's not
So
what I asked you.
progressivism was progressive, like, it was found in the early 1990s, early 2000s, and yet it ever since it's got established in the United States, it has done.
Wait, why
nothing
are we
but
back in
good.
the United States? We were just in the Middle East.
When 1990,
Why are you? Can
we
you
had an
stay? Hold on.
economic collapse.
Pause, because I
Ever
think
since
the
progressivism
whiplash.
ideology.
Hold on.
Well, now
Pause.
you have- now
Hold
you
on,
have
dude.
a-
I don't think
now
you
you
have
have
a
a subway
passport,
worker.
and I need you to slow the fuck down, okay? You don't have a passport. This is a no-fly zone, okay? Let's stick in one region and stay there. Are we talking about the Middle East, or are we now going to United States?
It's all tied
Where
together.
are? It's not all.
Not.
It's not all
Not.
connected.
Not.
It's not all connected, okay?
said.
I need you to stick with the actual conversation here and not run off on your word salad, your word vomit, and actually comprehend this conversation. If you want to stick into the Middle East, we can do that. But now you're pivoting to the United States. When has the United States ever been an Islamic
So
state?
1979 is when Iran became
Bro,
liberal.
just because you are Googling something to tell me does not mean you
I just
comprehend
debunked
what
you,
you are
bro.
looking up.
I just debunked you. So
You
ever
You
since
didn't
liberal,
debunk anything.
Wait,
look it up. In 1979, liberalism came to
I
Iran.
didn't
and
ask.
and it
How did
scavenged
you?
it.
I didn't ask you when anything came
We
up.
weren't
That's
talking
hilarious.
about liberalism. Wait, do
And we
you
weren't
know-
talking about
Do
liberalism.
you know that there are conservative liberals? We were talking about progressive.
Yeah, and that makes
Nope. We were
that makes
talking about
complete sense.
progressivism, which you
Can we-
don't
Yeah, that's
understand.
also it's
Let's just stick into the United
so
States because I don't think you.
1979
Let's stick
so
to the United States.
1979,
Yeah, because he can't. do
liberalism
world
hit
history.
Iran, and it
Dude,
completely destroyed it.
get off of Iran. This is
Talking about-
Iran. Get out of Iran, okay?
Iran
United
is a
States.
very great country.
Are you
United
okay?
States. I don't think he is. He's a child. United States of America.
Dude, how old are you, bro?
33.
You're calling a child. 33. Oh,
33.
You're cooked, dude. Your ideologies are long gone. You
They're
have no
not.
stance.
Obviously
What up?
not, because you're in here
Wait.
crying about them.
Wait, I'm cooked. Tell me
You
the
can't even-
youngest.
you can't even
tell
tell
me
me.
the youngest. Tell me the youngest congressman in the House and the Senate right now.
I think he's out of Florida or something like that. Believe he's like, what's his name? Fishback or something. James Fishback, I believe is.
How old?
I think he's like 30 something on the change.
Okay. How old
But
is the
dude,
youngest
like
governor?
I'm saying, when you see
How old
when
is
you
the
see-
youngest governor? No. Hold on. How old is the youngest governor?
Yeah, any governor under the age of 45 shouldn't be a governor.
Fick, I got
So-
you, but 1 second, real quick. I just want to say I would really like, you can go back to the conversation you're having, but I would like you, even if it's just the goddamn Google AI overview, to Google liberalism in Iran in 1979 and read what it says about what happened to the consolidation of power. Yep, go do that.
And y'all didn't want me to tell you my insane fan theories. You wanted this instead. I want. You-
I don't know what this is. Look, we're trying to do progressivism in the United States, and like Trump supporters, they need to run to the fucking playground in the sand and play and build a sandcastle out of someone else's ideology and culture. That is
Muhammad
Iran,
Mossadegh-
right?
So
Stay.
Muhammad Mossadegh was
Wow,
a
Here we
very
go.
prominent.
Manny was speaking.
Yeah, he's not speaking on
Did you
anything
read-
important.
Anyway.
Did
He
you
just
read
wants-
the Google AI overview about liberalism in
So
Iran in
Mohammed
1979?
Mossadegh was voted in, and ever since his liberal policies
No.
have gotten into place, it's
No.
been an unstable country.
No.
So, a little bit of a history lesson, right? Well, for starters, to level set, handshake. Have you ever been to the Middle East? Just so I.
Yes, I lived
understand?
there for 5 years. I was actually
Great.
I was
I've
deployed
also been to
there,
the Middle
and I
East.
yeah.
So have I.
Did you serve? I
Great.
went to
Hey,
Fallujah.
Great. I've been to Iraq and
But you don't
Afghanistan.
know what-
you
you
don't
don't-
sound like you've been long. You don't even sound like
Why
you're
are
old
you
enough to have done
freaking
that.
out?
I've been to both Iraq and Afghanistan. I've got the T-shirt from both. So let's.
Well, thank you
let's
for your
talk-
service, sir. I
Let's
appreciate
talk
it.
Iran. Let's talk Iran, right? So Iran was not liberal or progressive.
Dude,
at all.
Google says it was, bro.
Hey, handshake, buddy.
Google
Buddy,
says it was.
why don't you pump your brakes for a moment, okay? I'm being
North Korea
calm
is a
with you.
democracy.
Yeah.
You can be calm as well. So Iran was not liberal or progressive. in the
Mohammed
70s.
Mossadegh was.
Hey, buddy.
I just gave you a
Buddy,
name, and you're gonna.
Buddy, you haven't
Listen.
let me finish. If you can pump your brakes, we're going
can't
to
even
use
say
this
his name. His
as
name
a
is
teaching
Mossadegh.
lesson.
Mossadegh.
Okay. So the pictures of like major urban centers with like people wearing a lot of like Western looking clothing that we get, they're not representative of the entire country, which was poor, which was rural, which was largely agrarian until the 1979 revolution. The Pahlavi dynasty, right? The Pahlavi dynasty, which is a key piece of Iran history, they were more so geared and inclined towards the West in terms of like fashion, state policy, things of that nature. So it was up until the revolution that Iran was starting to lean more towards progressive ideologies.
Yep.
After which,
And look how far that got them. So that's why I'm trying to
Handshake,
get out of
handshake,
America.
handshake,
Hold on,
handshake.
handshake. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said at all. If you think what you just did was dunk, then you did not listen.
Handshake, when
Because
was the Iranian
1979
revolution?
revolution is
1979.
When was
the
Mossadegh?
downfall.
When was Mossadegh the prime minister of Iran?
1979.
No,
was that wrong? I'm pretty sure it's.
He was there in the 50s, buddy. You're 20 years too fucking early for your
But his
talking point.
ideologies
Nope.
lived all the way up until then because
Nope.
when you create that regime and
Well,
you create
hold
that.
on.
If you have a
Handshake,
revolution, the
handshake,
ideology changes.
Now, but that's handshake. You're not listening because post-Iranian revolution is where Iran is at now,
Yeah.
and Iran's revolution is what steered them away from progressive ideologies. I don't think you understand history.
Now, the liberals
You are-
fought with the
you are-
nationalists and the Islamists to overthrow the Shah, but then the Ayatollah consolidated power and sidelined the leftists and the liberals and the progressive ideology.
You
In,
guys
like,
are having a
contemporary
conversation
Iran-
with Google.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
yes. In contemporary Iran, like there's a quite a large desire for reform, and that's largely what swept Rouhani to the presidency. I mean that, and like, well, American withdrawal from the JCPOA is like kind of like hamstrung his government and weakened reformers largely. But like Western, like pro-Western, not necessarily politically, but like in terms of like cultural loosening, is largely in favor among a lot of the youth in Iran. And this is like based largely on like protesters and interviews with like Iranian activists. So no, Iran is currently trying, at least from a populist perspective, trying to veer back towards.
Well, they keep
But
voting
currently-
for
hey,
ISIS.
Hey,
ISIS.
I'm in the middle of
finishes a
I'm in the middle of a
sentence.
sentence, my guy. Like I know you think like, oh, you've come back on the app. Let me interject now because you're chat GPTing. But when people are in the middle of sentences, please refrain from interrupting. If you did in fact serve like you claim you did, then you would know that one of the values is respect. So that means shutting the fuck up while other people are talking. You would, based on what has been said here, plus just based on reality, Iran is largely a very, very conservative-leaning nation. I mean, the entire idea of quote-unquote Sharia law aligns like almost hand in hand with a lot of conservative pro-Christian nationalist ideologies. Oh, that's what he claimed, Devo. He said he served in the Middle East. He sounds like he's 15, so I highly doubt that any of that's true.
You're having you're holding a conversation with ChatGPT. You, all of us on this panel, because he has no ability to actually critically think for himself.
So progressivism has led
Here
to
it
like
comes.
mass genocides, like
According to what?
globally.
Where?
Like
Where?
it's just
Where?
I mean,
Where?
every because there
No,
needs to be
tell
a
us
revolution,
exactly
right?
where you
Where?
read that from.
The Armenian genocide. If you want to look that one up,
No.
that might be.
Sure. What
What did you
policy?
just Google? What did you
Yeah, what did you
just
type
prompt?
into Google?
What did you just prompt right now?
Memories of goldfish.
Yeah, like, bro, it's fairly obvious. What did you just prompt?
Search with confirmation bias, I bet. What did you type in your search bar so I can type it into my search bar?
Soviet Union.
That's
you did
not
not type in
Armenia.
Soviet Union.
You didn't
What
type
did you
in Soviet
just-
Union and get Armenia.
Soviet
So
Union,
what
dude,
did
was
you
very
type?
progressive
What did
thing,
you
and then
type
No, what did you
in?
just type in?
What did you type into the search bar to get Armenian genocide?
I said, was
He's not
the
gonna-
Soviet Union under Stalin
He's a child.
progressive?
Yeah. Why are we?
And they
again,
were, because they were.
I'm for
They were trying to get-
evicting.
they were
I'm
trying to
for
break the
evicting
chains of the
fetuses.
UK.
I'm for evicting
okay,
fetuses,
dude.
and he is a fetus.
Hey, handshake.
I'm
handshake,
literally
handshake,
debunking you, bro.
Handshake. You haven't debunked anything. Okay. Abdul
You don't
Hamid,
know what that-
the
you don't know
person
the definition
who
of
was
that.
largely responsible.
So the Soviet
hey,
Union,
handshake.
it
handshake,
started with a. I'm
handshake.
talking.
Who is Abdul Hamid? Who is that?
I'm talking. Sound
Who is
familiar?
Abdul Hamid?
Answer the question. Or don't.
Thanks for evicting him.
I
Honestly,
literally-
wait.
Actually, Manny, I literally am debunking you because I.
Money.
He's gonna say I won or we got cooked in the chat. It's incoming.
That's
it's
fine.
coming.
Actually, I googled the Soviet
Yes.
Union.
How much?
How much what?
To remove him from the platform.
Oh. Like to block him forever?
I have a thing, or it's like
Yes.
There it is.
19-year-olds. Yeah, 19-year-olds. I can't. They do not learn. They are. A rock is more porous than them. A rock is able to absorb more information, water, than they are.
If I want to, you can actually. There are some debaters that do this to kind of keep themselves refreshed, where they legitimately argue with ChatGPT and give ChatGPT the other side of the argument. I could have just done that.
And that's fine. We could have easily, but the problem is he wasn't interested in hearing anything else. If he would at least shut the fuck up and engage in anything. If he would just shut the fuck up and engage in anything.
I want to know what he typed. He said, I typed, was the Soviet Union under progressive? So that's what I typed. Just that. Not a full sentence. And let's see what AI Overview, which is what he's using, says. The Soviet Union wasn't progressive in the modern Western sense, but it pursued socialist ideals with radical, often forceful policies like universal education, state healthcare, and women's rights. Legalized abortion is an example they list, under leaders like Lenin and early Stalin, while simultaneously being totalitarian, suppressing freedoms, and committing mass atrocities. It saw itself as leading humanity to a communist future, but its one-party rule, central planning, and brutal repression of dissent, especially under Stalin, starkly contrasted with democratic progressivism. You idiot.
It quite literally says in the thing that you were using, handshake, that it is in contradiction with. No, I wasn't.
No, I was not
Sunkist.
like this. Sunkist,
I wasn't.
no.
Because I was too busy playing my Xbox.
Insufferable. Literally insufferable.
He can
I just
read,
wanna
he just can't
say,
comprehend. That's the
I
problem.
wasn't like this at 19. I wasn't this arrogant. I am a new special.
A new kind.
Oh, I
a new
was
kind.
absolutely this fucking insufferable at 18. That's back when I used to say I'm fiscally conservative but socially progressive.
I had a
Anybody
moment
says
like that at
sentence
18,
out
19
loud
years old.
Is not somebody you should speak to. I say this as somebody that used to say it all the time.
Babe,
I-
do you like
I-
eggnog?
I was also like one bad day away from like falling down the alt-right pipeline.
Don't do that.
I mean, I grew up on like 4chan. I grew up on that corner of the internet. I was one just shitty Monday away.
Eggnog love bug?
Oh, I only do spice. I don't really like eggnog.
What's your favorite Christmas drink?
The real answer is coquito.
I don't have one.
See, people like that don't know, can't comprehend what progressivism is versus progressing. Like, I put the word progressing forward. So which way am I using it? Not with progressive ideology. That's not the way that I was using it.
Yes, Deva. 100%.
God. Hi, Sunkiss. I'd mail you some. I don't know if that coquito would be good in the mail. I don't know if that would travel well.
Oh, hold on. I have to do my daily ritual with Sunkiss. Give me a moment.
Oh my god.
There you go, Sunkiss.
You sending her things?
That was infuriating.
He's always like
check
that.
your DM, Sunkiss.
I'm
I have
scared.
to apologize.
Why?
I said Lyndon B. Johnson had 2,000 executive orders. I'm sorry. That was Franklin D. Roosevelt who had 2,000 executive orders. I was wrong. Sorry, Lyndon.
No, fuck him though. Also, but
I know, right?
I forget the context of the conversation, like why this started, but I've just made it a thing now, where, like, I send Sunkiss like pictures of actors named Dick.
yeah, dick pics, unsolicited dick pics.
Yeah, I send unsolicited dick pics. So we've gone through Richard Nixon, Dick Van Dyke, Dick Tracy, a can of spotted dick.
Oh my god.
Dick Grayson from Batman, and just now Andy Dick.
I'm at the nail salon. Please, I can't laugh as loud as I want to. Please.
Oh yeah, dicks at the zoo. I love them.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Not Andy.
That's what I said, literally verbatim.
So why were you guys giving kudos to presidents for stuff?
Oh, I don't think they were. I think they were being facetious.
Yeah, you know when people are like, "Thanks, Obama."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, they were
Yeah,
just
okay.
listing presidents.
Yeah,
And saying
I
thanks.
was starting to list presidential candidates that didn't win.
My husband said thanks Rutherford. Like, who the fuck knows what Rutherford B. Hayes did unless you're like a real president head? Like, I don't know what he did. Yeah, Grover Cleveland. Shut up, babe.
I mean,
Who's the one who
I threw
died
out
like 30 days after his inauguration?
I threw out an Alliance home state running mate candidate, William H. Crawford. Ran with Henry Clay in 1824.
Harrison. It was William Harrison.
I want to talk to the person that says "Let me up." He fled the progressive Venezuela. I want to talk to them if they're in the request.
I can try and
I would-
invite
I
him
would-
up. They weren't,
Mhm.
which is the let me up, you're not in the request.
I fled progressivism.
I want to
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
I wanna-
But you
I wanna
guys
talk
won't
to them.
mention that. Venezuela.
How are we supposed to mention you fleeing something? Anyways, that's your life. You mentioned that.
Oh, you keep denying the request.
Then why did you say "let you up"?
Let me up, please. Please let me up. Well, no, I don't wanna. Mickey Mouse Club. Boo, 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 boo.
Like, they missed the part. Like, in the Middle East, specifically, they missed the part where they were progressive at one point, and then religion and conservatism happened.
Fred. See, now you're stupid. Now you're just stupid. Because now you're just stupid. Because you can come up on the panel even with 0 followers.
Yeah.
Zero followers.
Your invite wouldn't come
To
up.
say you don't have access is to say that you said some shit and you got
The multi-guest
Yeah.
button comes up, so to stop lying.
I'm also going to say this, like, for a group of people that say you want to be America first and you need to be concerned about America, in your talking points and your arguments, you all do a lot of traveling. You all will go everywhere across the globe to attempt to justify why you move the way you move, but then contradict yourself, and it still makes no sense.
I'm gonna be in the socialist hellscape of Canada next month, so
Oh no.
I'll probably have to flee back to the U.S.
Or I'll get lucky and they just won't let me cross back.
Have all of the fun, please. I hear great
Have
things
lots
about
of
Canada.
poutine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Toronto. Yeah. I've never been to Canada.
Me either.
I'm gonna try to like go to like Japan or Hong Kong over the summer. Somewhere.
Fuck that flight though. I don't like. Mm-mm.
Oh, I mean, the longest flight I've ever been on was like 18 hours straight. So
I'm just bitching because I hate flying.
I take an Ambien and time travel.
I can't do that with my kids though. I can't like be zonked out on Ambien while my kids are sitting on the plane.
No, I pop an Ambien and then I fight it for a little while so that I can see the Ambien walrus, and then I
You
time
try to
travel.
climax before you fall asleep. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You've never heard about
I would love to
that?
go to Japan so badly.
I can't take Robitussin because I owe the Hat Man money.
It was a trend. People were taking Ambien and then seeing if they could self-climax before they fell asleep.
I don't think I know what Ambien is.
Oh.
Ambien's a lot of fun, I'll tell you that much. It's a sleeping medication.
Can you purchase it?
It will knock you the fuck out.
Nah, I heard Ambien will lay you smooth out.
100%. Like, don't have anything to do for the next 18 to 24 hours.
Oh my god, my
We'd anytime I would like deploy, our medics would usually just like have a thing of Ambien and just like, here, take one. And you just wake up in fucking Germany and you're like, where? How?
God damn it.
When?
Ambien is what Roseanne blamed her racism on. That's crazy.
Well, you know, Eli, sometimes you just pop an Ambien and you're like, man, let me just get a bunch of racial epithets out. It happens to the best of us.
You know. Yeah, no, I don't. You don't have like 0 followers, 0 whatever. Go away. It's fine. Take Ambien when General visits. Blue, sometimes you get sleepy and say the N-word. You know, that's just...
It don't always be like that.
I don't think that's how that works.
But would it be? It do.
That's like people being like, no, I don't drink whiskey because, you know, it just makes me racist, but I'll stick to vodka. You're all, bitch, what?
What?
Guys, I'm not racist. I'm just a sleepy guy. I'm just a sleepy little guy.
When I'm sleepy, I get irritated. When I get irritable, I get racist. What?
Are you the same? Are you Apple user as a different person?
That thing y'all just said reminds me of like one of the greatest things I've ever seen my daughter do, and I have never been more proud of her. Is her dad, her birth dad, when she was at his house, they were playing Fortnite, and he said a slur, and she
It's all
dragged
handshake.
him to fucking filth via text message over this, and he tried to defend himself with like, sometimes it's just something gamers say when they get mad, and she goes, abso-fucking-lutely the fuck not.
Nope.
Like little fucking 15-year-old at the time read him for fucking filth over saying you don't get to say slurs because you're mad at a video game, and I'm like,
he tried the RC argument.
She tried to. She screenshot the entire conversation. I just responded with, "I've never been more fucking proud of you, honestly, baby."
As somebody who has been like gaming in one form or another since I was like 11, I can say confidently that there's never been a moment where I'm like, God, I just died in a Halo match. I'm gonna call that other guy the N-word.
Right.
Like I've never
happened.
never once been something that's crossed my fucking mind.
Back in my prime time of gaming, I never did a slur, but if you said a slur, I'd make shit real fucking awkward, real fucking fast. Specifically the F slur. Like if you said the F slur, I'm about to make shit real fucking weird. Like I would get aggressively homoerotic the minute I heard you say the F slur. It was fucking.
Same. Like I would always go that route. Now, I will fully concede that like being a 90s child, like it was not up until probably the early aughts where like the R slur became like, hey, we are acknowledging that this is a problematic fucking word. So like admittedly, yeah, that one. But in terms of like racial shit, just like why? That's icky. I don't want to do that.
Listen, from what I've heard, sometimes when white people get drowsy, and they just go and they get a needle and thread and they put together a white hood and like one thing leads to another. They end up at a rally.
One thing leads to
Wait
another.
a minute.
Dude,
that's called nap time, Blue.
With the Elon thing, that's what blew my mind. People were like, he's on the spectrum, he's dysregulated. I'm like, somebody also on the spectrum. I've never dysregulated so fucking hard I became a brown shirt. That's news to me.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I want there to be a study because I think we're getting to a point where people are like, oh, well, I'm on the spectrum and this is the reason that I do X, Y, or Z.
Nah. As like there are now granted, I think that there are certain things that I do because I'm on the spectrum.
Absolutely, yes.
But like in terms I have never in my life thought, you know what'll spice up this fucking conversation? Let me just throw out a good Heil in the middle of this.
Right.
That'll really liven the mood.
That's it.
Being weird and on the spectrum makes you do things like go on an unhinged rant about how Ronald Reagan is the cause of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you suddenly join the Klan.
Correct. Also, there are some fun studies, specifically on people with autism, about how people who are on the spectrum have a more profound like sense of justice or morality than people who are not on the spectrum. So when I say that I'm morally superior to people, I fucking mean it, and I can prove it mathematically.
Is there a study for why y'all like trains so much, or is that just?
Well,
excuse you. I like dinosaurs.
I can.
I'm a space guy. Thank you.
I know the reason.
Yeah,
for
I'm a
this.
space guy as well.
I actually know the actual reason for the train thing. There's actually a reason for it. So people on the spectrum are born to are drawn to systems that are logically consistent, reliable, things of that nature. And trains by design are all of the things that like people on the spectrum look for. They are efficient. They're consistent. They are.
They are also the most eco-friendly form of mass
So like
transit.
the reason you see a lot of people on the spectrum into trains is because they fit really well within the default framework of somebody's brain on the spectrum.
No, and I actually agree, Crow, you've said this before in regards to like RFK's shit, which is like if we have that much of a rise in people with autism, we would have high speed rail already.
Oh,
Like-
well, so the United States...
National rail system, Bruce! Where's my goddamn trains, Bruce?
The United States, prior to the advent of the automobile, actually had like what we were leading in terms of like trains, in terms of like railway systems. Like we were at the forefront. The only reason that is no longer the case in the United States is because of people like Henry Ford.
Yeah.
Because he and a lot of other lobbyists at the time fought tooth and nail for parking lots to be a thing. So the reason that we don't have high-speed rail systems in this country is specifically because of hardcore conservatives like Henry Ford.
See?
I'm just saying I have 3 binders of dinosaur cards that I had collected from and it's not like trading cards, but like actually they're actually like sheets of paper, but they call them dinosaur cards for whatever reason. But just data about dinosaurs that I've had since I was in elementary school.
Yeah, I've got space autism. Like you want me to become an unstoppable cutscene. Like let me start talking about space.
I was a Titanic and Egyptian pharaohs.
I almost said something so out of pocket to you, Thick, and I apologize. I thought it, but I need to apologize for it. It was egregious. No, I can't. I can't. I actually cannot.
Oh, well, then send it to me in a DM.
I can't. It's.
He sends you unsolicited dick pics. I think you can send it.
No, it feels disrespectful. It does, truly.
I guarantee there ain't shit you can say that's gonna make me feel disrespected. Because now I want to know.
It's like, now I'm too curious not to know.
Yeah, you opened a can of worms now.
I would like to answer Chewy in chat who said looking at trains, running trains, building trains, need clarification. Yes, all of it.
Yes.
Yes.
And before you ask for clarification on the running trains part, also yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's...
And I'll just follow that up with I've been on a train and I will not clarify.
This
Oh, God. Did you send it, Sunkiss? Must have sent it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He probably couldn't say that.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
That's fair.
Like, you and I are on the same wavelength today, Thick, because one of the last things I did before it ended in Rated Isle was go on a giant rant about, as a combatives instructor, I am a TikTok girlie's best friend because those of us that have studied combatives know how to do hand necklaces properly. And then I just fucking left that
This
hanging
is how
in the
the
air.
conversation started going left last night on Middle Live.
Yeah, no, that's
Maddie's
fair.
live.
I feel
No.
I feel like you would have just been dropped had you said that, Sunkiss.
I wasn't even necessarily concerned about saying it aloud. I was like, this is kind of disrespectful of your relationship, but I'm so sorry.
So it wasn't disrespectful to Thick. It was more about Kristen. We'll never know, Steph. It wasn't for us.
You want to
It's
know
okay.
the real trick to find out if somebody's on the spectrum? Find out what their hyperfixation is and just mention it casually. Like, one of my favorite things to do on this app is to just bring up Warhammer apropos of nothing. If Thickles is in the room, bring him
What
up.
are we talking about today?
Just let it. Like, I'll just bring up Warhammer in an unrelated conversation, wait for Thick to get on the panel, and I'll just leave. I'm like, you guys deal with
Yeah,
that.
you're
I
a
know what I
chaos
fucking
agent. We know this about you.
What part of Warhammer lore are we
Nothing.
talking
No
about
parts of.
today?
We don't have time for that conversation. I have to go eat lunch and feed my children. We don't have time for that.
Thick, please don't view me differently. It was really an intrusive thought. It really was.
Who's going live?
That's what I was going to ask.
I mean, it is the giving season.
It was really
All
a
right,
thought that ran through my mind, and I was like, I can't prevent
Hey,
this. And
all I'm saying
sorry.
is it's the holiday season.
I'm screaming. Thick, please don't do this
All
to
right,
me.
everybody go raid with a D blue.
Raid with a big D, capital D blue.
Oh my.
You mean Blue Rag Daddy?
I
Oh my
can't.
God.
Wait.
Thank
just
you,
caught
Peter.
that
I
you said
appreciate
blue
you
rag.
coming in and doing the good things. I hope you're having a wonderful honeymoon in Scotland.
Wait.
I don't play the game Madness, but I'm just a big fan of like the lore.
The lore, yeah.
Where's
I do love
the
me some
lore.
Sisters of Battle though. I have a Saint Celestine tattoo on my right leg.
Oh my goodness. Did he? We'll wait for him to get started.
No, I'm not showing my toes. Come here. Thank you.
He is officially live.
Yes, he is. Okay, so let me fix my panel. I love you all, and we'll see some of you over there.
Bye.
Fine, go feed your
We.
children.
I know. What?
I said we.
Oh, we. I thought you said wait. I was like, what?
I can say wait if you want.
Love
Wait.
Wait for me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here and supporting. I know this was a little bit of a different platform. Look, we still got to eat and snack a little bit, more so with Google AI Overview than with an actual person. But, you know, I digress. Guys, again, big W's. Leah, I'm going to look directly at the camera. Make you uncomfortable. Leah, thank you so much for completing out my gift goal or my goal today, my live goal. Thank you so much. It helps more than you know. Like I said, we have had Christmas handled. My daughter's birthday is literally New Year's Eve. So that is the next step that we have to work on. And it's been a struggle waiting on my husband's new check to come through again. He's missing 3 checks from his old job. It's a fucking mess. But thank you so much. On that note, thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful holiday time with family, whatever you do, whether you celebrate or you don't. That is absolutely okay. I hope you have a wonderful time. I will not be back until Tuesday. I don't know. I might go Monday. I might do Monday and surprise you guys again. But if not, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time next week. You guys will see me bouncing around panels. You guys will see me in comments. You know the drill, and I love you all. Let's go raid Blue. So let's go to Blue, do all the good things that you did here in Blues, and I will see you guys next week. Love you all. Happy holidays. And then also goodbye, YouTube and Twitch.